welcome to episode 7 of the FM20 Beta Forever Everton. And, well, we're not doing too badly in the new season. We're only in 10th, mind you, but it still feels a hell of a lot better than it did last year. What I will do before we get into the actual results and who we're going to play today, we're going to have a look at the transfers because there's been a lot of activity. Okay, so if we take a look, I just want to make sure there's nothing I missed out on last season. Yeah, you obviously know about Tapsoba and Partey, who came in on loan, and then we obviously signed him. In terms of the players who went out, yes, there's nobody who you didn't already know about, so that's fine. It's always worth a double check. So, who did we bring in this year? As you can see, I've spent 92 million. Quite a bit of money, especially as we didn't have 92 million, so I had to raise some money, and I raised 91 million and getting rid of players. But anyway, if we look at who came in, centre half, Luis Abraham came in from Velez. He's pretty good. He's a solid central defender. He's not going to improve much from where he is, which is fair enough, but he's put in some decent performances. He's basically to add depth at the back. Plus, one of the players we got rid of who has been fairly inconsistent in terms of defensive, or would be, for want of a better phrase, a bit hit and miss. Mistake prone might be better. Whereas this guy just doesn't seem to be at the moment. So that's pretty promising. After that, we got probably my favourite signing, Sanderberg from KRC Genk. He is a deep line playmaker, Mazzala, but to be honest with you, he's been playing in defensive midfield. He's only 22. He's got a decent amount of potential. He's not far off it. And yeah, like I say, in terms of how he's been doing, he's not done bad. 5 starts, 1 goal, 2 player of the matches, an average rating of 7.82. You can't really go wrong with that. So, 7.63 non-competitive as well. So yeah, he's done stunningly, and he's already showing some improvements, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, he is my favourite signing thus far of the season. We also brought in Anthony from Sao Paulo. He's a wunderkind. Again, been putting in some great performances for us. I say that. In terms of his Premier League, 6.65, but he had a real stormer in the Carabao Cup against Rochdale, so that's what's brought his average rating up. But he missed pretty much all of pre-season, so I didn't really get to start playing him until we got into the main season, because he was away on international duty. Him and Partey, they were away for the under-23. So I guess he's not quite settled into the team yet, but he's already showing promise. Plays as an inside forward outright at the moment, but I have also been playing him, or trying him out as a false 9 up front. I'm playing a false 9 now, which I will go into in a bit, rather than a deep line forward on attack, because it seems to be working out. Thomas Partey, of course. There ain't no party like a Thomas Partey, and he's here. He's committed to the club. As you know, he had a particularly great time when he was with us in his 11 games. 5 goals, 2 assists and 2 player of the match. He's not quite living up to that yet this year, but then he is part of a slightly stronger team, so it's maybe slightly harder to stand out if that's true or not. But nevertheless, very, very happy to have him. You know, again, been solid. He's had a bit of decline, but I've already had a word with him about it, so hopefully he's going to turn that around. Beyond that, we got Jonathan Panzo. He's already out on loan, but he's one of these players that I liked him in FM19, and as you can see, he's down. We pretty much sent him out on loan straight away, because we're all right for depth at left back at the moment, and he does need game time and time to develop. Plus, he is playing at Championship level, so he's out on loan at the moment with Millwall, and he's doing all right for him. I mean, he's had 7 games and he's got an average rating of 7.1, and he is improving. So again, I have very high hopes that he will continue to do so. He is kind of one of my favourite players, like I say, from FM19, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be good for us. Unai Simon, he's another signing I've made, and realistically he's Pickford's replacement as far as I'm concerned at the moment, or at the very least his understudy. I haven't. Pickford's on the list. I did try and get rid of him. Wasn't going to happen. But the problem is, I mean, I play him a bit, but when he's in goal and the other team gets a breakaway, I don't have any faith. that's part of the problem. Whereas this guy, I'm pleased with his performances so far. He looks good. You know what I mean? There haven't been what we might call the Pickford howlers from him. So, and last but not least, it's Presnel Kimpembe. He's on loan. There is an option to sign him at the end, but it is quite a pricey option of 30-odd million. But he's been pretty stunning, so he might become to stay because he is only 25. But yeah, if you look, 5 games, 1 assist, 7.22 average rating. He's got 92% of his tackles and 75% of his passes and 100% of his shots on target. So that would be a good thing. But yeah, he's been playing very well. He's pretty solid. He does maybe have a slight issue with I'm going to say motivation. Sometimes I'll say something positive and he'll get confused or whatever. I don't know if that's because maybe he doesn't speak English. I never actually bothered to check that. Where would I find that? Under information, probably. Nationality, other nationalities, languages spoken, French fluent. Yeah, there's no English there. And of course, because he's on loan, we haven't actually sent him on a course to learn English. So, what do you do? Not a lot, really. So maybe that's why he gets confused. But anyway, oops. Back to the outs. And in terms of the sales, I'm not going to worry about the frees and the loans so much. But Senktosen went out to West Brom. Had a weird one with him. Kept trying to sell him for value, half value, sell at any price. Couldn't get rid of him. And then, for whatever reason, offered him out again for 9.5 million. And Brom took it up. He's not done bad for him by the looks of things. He's had 2 goals in 5 games. So I'm glad for him. I'm glad he's getting football. What did he do for us last season? Yeah, he had 9 starts, basically. And about... Was it 9 starts? He put 9 appearances down. So he was obviously on enough. 1 goal, 2 assists. He's already doing better, I think, at West Brom. So good for him. That's excellent. Tyler Onyango. He went to Norwich. In terms of his, you see he's the scout summary says 47, but in terms of his potential ability and current ability, he wasn't all that. But there was a little bit of rumbling, if you will, from the fans that they weren't happy about how much we sold him for. I think that's an absolute bargain. I think we really, really did well. Reece Hughes went. I know Reece Hughes from FM19. He's never going to be Premiership quality, I don't think. So he's gone. Go down to Joe Anderson, another youth player who really didn't have the have what it takes to stay in the Premiership. Yerry Mina is out on loan because it looks like he's improving since he's been there. But yeah, he's out at KRC Genk, funnily enough. So we get money for him, which is nice, and hopefully he will stay there at the end. But doesn't look like he's necessarily had the best of times for them either. 6.5, 6.5, 6.4, 6.7, and 6.4 again. Oh, that's Southampton v Everton. And then Everton versus Manchester City, Liverpool versus Everton, Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Everton, and Everton versus Watford. So I see. So that form is really only showing his Everton matches when he's actually out on loan at KRC Genk. So I don't know what's happening there, but he's listed. I want him gone. Whether that's end of the season or what, I don't know. What else? Oh, yes, Michael Keane. He was one that helped fund, Unai Simon, really, more than anything else. He did okay. Last season, he kind of was a slightly better choice. 7.09 average rating, but it was the mistake level. I don't know if there's anywhere we can see it here, but it just seemed he wasn't good enough. I got to be honest with you. He was the most reliable central defender, but still didn't think he was good enough. Anyway, nevertheless, he's gone. We got a big chunk of change for him. I was quite pleased with that, and like I say, that's helped pay for some of the players coming in. After that, McIntyre's gone to Portsmouth. He was a youth player. Kieran Phillips Forest. Kieran Tal gone to Derby. Yannick Bolaise has gone out on loan to Angers SCO. Angers Sporting Club de l'Ouest. But yeah, he actually didn't do bad in pre-season for us. In terms of how he played and stuff. So in some respects, it would have been nice to actually keep him back. Bearing in mind, I was only playing him as a striker every now and again. But again, money, and maybe he will be gone after that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, a few players have gone out on loan, but those are the transfers and certainly the major ones. In terms of our finances and how they stand, we ain't got any money in the bank again, but, you know, that'll be fine. I've had to do a bit of adjustment to get the wage budget above what our committed spending is, and that's something else as well. We do have an upcoming transfer, another player for central midfield, an Argentinian from Boca Juniors, Augustin Almendra. He's coming in. He's got some pretty good potential, basically, and half decent current ability, but it's more about the potential and the fact that he's a 20-year-old wonder kid. So we'll see how he gets on when he comes in, but he's not coming into the 1st of January. So, but like I say, I think we've got a bargain there. I really, really do. So that is basically where we're up to. In terms of the tactics, I just want to give you a quick look. I've gone into this formation rather than what we were doing last season, and it's worked out quite well. I don't normally use this formation. I didn't use it much for FM19 at all. One of the big things is up front here, we've been playing a false 9 in the last couple of matches, about 3 matches, something like that, and it looks a bit better. At the moment, Anthony's playing in there, but of course Sandro is back from being on loan. He was away at Real Valladolid. I mean, he's been on loan basically since he joined in 2017, but we finally got him back. He's played a couple of games, and he's done all right. In terms of his overall for the club, 3 games, 2 goals. He wasn't bad in pre-season. He looked fairly decent. Yeah, 4 games, 4 starts, 4 goals, 2 assists. And in terms of how he's doing, Premier League-wise, 3 and 2. But of course, those 2 goals from the Carabao Cup. So waiting for him to really show his quality in the league. But like I say, he's not done bad. But certainly in terms of Everton's future investments, and by future I mean end of this season, start of next season, we do kind of need a top striker. So that's one of the things I'm going to be working on finding out. Or by top striker, I mean a central man up front. So in terms of our schedule, as you can see, much like last season, our pre-season was fantastic. We didn't concede a goal. I just recently got an achievement for the fact that we went 10 games and scored in every one of them, and that is exactly the story. As you can see, hammered it in pre-season. Again, I probably didn't play enough friendlies, but the Coleman testimonial against Eintracht Frankfurt was a very nice result, actually. When you look at Frankfurt, they do have a slightly better reputation than Everton. So, was really, really happy about that. I know it's only pre-season, but I did tweet about it because I'm like, yay! I feel like we're potentially going to do better. It's funny, but oh, yeah, that's another one. Why hasn't that shown up? I'm going to go back to transfers a minute because I was just reminded of the fact that, there we go, back to season 18-19, must be on this list. No, it's not. Is it on this list? Did I miss it completely? Yes, I did. Idiot. I apologise. One of the other major players going out was Fans Player of the Year, and a very popular young man and a good performer for us. Probably one of our better performers for us last season, and that is Bernard. He's actually gone to Arsenal. It was kind of a hard one to turn down, not just from the financial point of view and obviously where I wanted to buy some players, but more importantly, he wanted the Champions League football. He just wanted out, so there's not a lot you can do. And given that we have a lot of depth up there, especially since Moise Keane has been playing out left as a inside forward, who's, funnily enough, been doing just fine with that. Yeah, so, again, not necessarily needed him there, I suppose. And obviously Richardson does tend to play a little bit better on that side. So there's swapping and changing. Plus, I do have Sandro, who is better out on the right as well, but can play on the left. We've also got Iwobi, who can play the side. And we've got Calvert-Lewin, who's actually putting in some good performances at the start of this season. He's still got some, development to do to make sure he's really up to first team level. But I'm not hating it. I mean, non-competitively, he obviously looked better. But in terms of playing him out on the right, he don't actually look too bad, even though he does prefer to play on the left. So again, it's like I say, there's plenty of depth. Plus, not forgetting Sigurdsson can play quite happily out there as well as up front, as he has done too, and not done a bad job. So, like I say, we don't have a lot of issues there. We've also got Walcott. I mean, Walcott, I don't think is going to be with us by the end of the season, but still, like I say, we've got a lot of depth in those positions. Up front and central, not so much, but like I say, Richarlison can play there, Keane can play there, and Anthony's going to have a go at playing there today. So yeah, that's basically it. Plus, don't forget Sandro, of course, who can definitely play in that position and hasn't really done a bad job. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're up to. Told you about Unai Simon. Unai Simon is a decent player. He's not, in terms of his current ability, he's not quite up to Pickford's level. Yeah, he's shown improvement in his game, but necessarily I'm going to keep him on just because I have a lot of faith in him. He seems to play a lot better. He does much prefer to be a goalkeeper on defender than a sweeper keeper, but nevertheless, he's doing a good job. So, the other, you know what, I'm probably going to... Nope, I'm going to tell you now. The other one who's playing a decent role at the moment is John Joe Kenny. He's out of our youth development, I think. Yeah. He went out on loan to Schalke and did all right for him, but like I say, he's kind of our first choice at the moment because Coleman's out injured. I think he's due to be back soon. Yeah, about 5 days he's going to be back to training. But of course, Coleman's pretty much in his last season at this point, or very close to being in his last season. And it's difficult because he is mostly the first choice when he's fit over Kenny, who is the second choice. We do have Holgate, who he's making some improvements, but still needs to improve his current ability a little bit to be, a first-team regular, and games are going to get him that. But he actually plays quite nicely as a wing-back out on the right. So today he is, of course, playing as a centre-half. I might actually keep that as it is for now. So yeah, that's kind of where we're up to in terms of the squad. So in terms of who we've got today, we're facing off against Leicester, as you know. It's just starting off in September. We've had pretty much a good run of form. The interesting thing is we are considered favourites. Oh, no, we're not. I thought we were favourites for this, but we're not. Leicester are favourites. So in terms of our results against Leicester last year, I think we drew with them and lost. I think they actually hammered us, to be fair, but in the loss. But hopefully today will be a different story. Okay, it is time for Leicester at home to Everton, or indeed Everton away to Leicester. In goal, it's Simon, a back four of Dean, Kimpembe, Holgate and Kenny. Defensive midfield, Berger. Central midfield, Sigurdsson and Partey. Left wing, Keane. Right wing, Richarlison. And up front, it's Anthony. Richarlison, of course, making a comeback from injury. Injury. Okay, so we're into our pre-match chat, and for whatever reason, this is what I said, Kimpembe, he's a little bit confused, and I think that is an issue with his language, but we expect a performance, so hopefully all will be good. I'm going to go to the kickoff. It is Everton in the blue with the white shorts. Oh no, we're not. That's Leicester in the blue with the white shorts. Everton are in their away kit. I'm just going to... Oh, there we go, got a full match. Okay, it is it's a free kick for Leicester. Cleared. Partey's cleared it. Now Anthony hoping to start a counter-attack. Well, Chowdhury unfortunately has kept him off the ball. But I've noticed there's a few clearances like that these days where the keeper will put it out for a throw-in a little too close to the end, which I find surprising. Berg, Anthony, Kenny with the cross, Partey, Berg, or Berger, I'm not sure, I need to check that. Richarlison, again, first time back from injury. I don't know if he's actually played in the Prem this season. Yeah, he did. He did all right. I think he got injured that game. Whoop, back to match. So in for Leicester. I'm going to get creative. It's nice to chill well. I'll start a counter-attack. Partey says no, puts it out. We're coming up to the 4-minute mark. Chilwell with the throw-in for Everton. Everton for bloody Leicester. Goodness gracious. It's because they're in blue. Wow, Gray just went past his man. Partey stopped him. Richarlison now finds Anthony. Anthony on the run. He's got support on his right. He's got people to his left. Puts the cross in. Finds nobody. And it is a throw-in for Leicester. Come on, Anthony. Moise Keane always shows up as aggressive in his body language. Doesn't seem to go against him in terms of fouls and stuff like that. I mean, he gets a few yellows, but who doesn't? But it's just interesting. He's always aggressive. Throw in for Amate for Everton. Partey finds Dean. Dean with the cross in. Oh, Richarlison gets a head on it, but it's saved. And Amate now looking to start a counter-attack for Leicester. They're running at us. Well done, Kenny. Kenny takes the ball off him. Holgate, Berg, Sigurdsson, little Siggy. Big Siggy, should I say. Doing a fantastic job. Dean. Kimpembe. That's the thing. Sigurdsson's keeping Gomez out the side at the moment. Richarlison picks up the ball. Ball out wide. Oh, Dean had a go. It's just wide. Corner. Dean to take it. Into the middle. Cleared. Only as far as Richarlison. Sigurdsson has a go and it's blocked. Partey now. Cross to Dean. Cleared again. Oh, well, we're having the best of it. Yeah, Gray's making a run for it. Kenny picks up the ball and kicks it out. We're going to go to key highlights because I'm kind of happy with how we're performing. Leicester, Vardy. Is that the Jamie Vardy? Let's have a look. Oops. I'm just going to pause it a second. I'm just curious. Yeah, I think it is Jamie Vardy. Who did he play for before? Fleetwood. Long time ago. Anyway, back to the match. Well, as you can see from these stats here, we're obviously having the better amount of shots. Let's... Oh, goodness, well saved. Sorry, that made me cringe a little bit. Anthony on the counter-attack. Forces a corner for them. Oh, well. Come on, Everton. Okay. Don't like the long shots, huh? Let's have a look at this here. Work the ball into the box. It's fine. And I think you should get creative. Come on, Everton. I don't like it's only one on target out of our shots. Hopefully working the ball into the box will help with that. Again, throw in. For Leicester, Keane. Kimpembe. Dean. Berger. Wrong cautious here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this balanced. Oh, God, Vardy's through. One-on-one. Oh, Holgate. Lovely job. It looked like he tried to cross it there, and Holgate kicks it down the tunnel. Come on, Everton. I'd like to see us. Let's go positive. Come on, Everton. But yeah, it looks like we're focusing down the right a lot more, so that's interesting. 7 shots, still only 1 on target. Dean with a corner kick. Into the middle. Oh, it was the far post and it's in. I thought it had gone past. Oh my goodness, there's Ndidi. I had him at Oldham and it's his own goal. Bless him, poor old Wilfred. No, it isn't. I didn't have him at Oldham at all. I had Ndidi at Oldham. Shut up, Martin. Carry on. Yes. Well, Schmeichel's anxious. That's fine. I'm going to tell us to get creative again because that seemed to work out quite nicely. Only 2 shots on target. At least we scored one of them. Well, we didn't technically, did we? Because that was an own goal. Okay, demand more, maybe? Come on, Everton. 36 minutes, coming to 37 minutes. Yellow card for Amate. Demand more, come on. Holgate's been booked. Dean's been booked. Kenny's pressured. Oh, Holgate, you're not doing so well. Do you know what? Just for half time, I'm taking Holgate off. He does play better out on the right, I think. And given, you know what's going to happen here? We're going to take John Joe Kenny off for Lewis Abraham, and we're going to swap Holgate and Abraham. That's how we're going to do it. Firm changes. I don't know my centre half's not to be doing too well. Still in the lead. It's still 1-0. Coming up to half time. I feel like show some passion. No. I'm going to give it to a half time. wouldn't say we've dominated them, but I don't know, 60 best part of possession, best part of the fouls, same number of shots on target, but we've had more off-target shots, so not doing too bad. Sanderberg, of course, being fantastic. John Joe Kenny having gone off. Yeah, I'm happy to be 1-0 up, especially after how they destroyed us last season. Yeah, there is still room for improvement. You have played well. I wonder if... I am impressed with the midfield work, for the most part. Anthony. I'm leaving you where you are. Let's have a quick look. Is there anybody really who I think is a bit of a risk? Well, obviously Holgate has improved since we moved him out right, which is lovely. And Abraham's on now. I'll keep an eye on how Keane's doing, because like I say, we've got Sandro on the bench and we could always move Anthony out there or indeed move Richarlison across. But at the moment, he's playing about average. So that'll be fine. So let's go into the second half. And let's show some passion. Come on, Everton. Oh, Keane's being... Well, that's because you're always passionate. Anyway, come on, lads. 50 minutes. 11 shots, 2 on target. Sanderberg's taking a knock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not risking Bergie, because... Nope. Gomez is going to slot in there for now. That'd be fine. Although, do you know what? I'm tempted to put Partey down there. There you go. Gomez can be the box-to-box. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Everton. Demand more. Well, it helped focus Partey, but he's been doing all right anyway. Looking pretty solid at the back. Throw him for Leicester. Amati to Chowdhury. Gomez intercepts it. Richarlison. Ball for Anthony. Sigurdsson's 1-on-1 and he's there. It's 2-0. Gylfi Sigurdsson. Second goal of the season. That's why he's kept that spot over Gomez this time. Obviously, Gomez has been pretty solid in terms of scoring goals like that. But yeah, lovely work. Well-placed shot. Very happy. Good work, Siggy. 60 minutes. Leicester 0, Everton 2. Poor old Marty's having a terrible time. You know what? Because he's having a terrible time, they want a more direct approach. So he's a right back. So let's focus play down the left. Just to put some pressure on him. Schmeichel with the goal kick for Leicester. Keane now coming down the left. He's got past his man. He's got support. He's cut in. He goes for it, but it's a little wide. There's been talk about the fact that the wingers do tend to try for more goals rather than pass, but in terms of my guys, they are forwards too. Plus, they tend to be a little bit selfish. Barnes, oh my goodness, he had a run and a shot pretty much unchallenged and forced a corner. So that's obviously Simon who got his hands on that. Corner for Leicester. Oh, it's cleared. Holgate. Well, they're all anxious now. Let's get creative. Let's push him. Let's make it 3-0. We've still got time. Mahrez on the ball for Leicester. And Diddy puts it out wide for Amati. Marty crosses over to Barnes. Chowdhury has a go. You know what? We're on positive. I'm just going to knock it back down to balanced a bit. So we don't really need to push one quite so hard when we're 2-0 up. I just don't want us to ease off. Come on, Everton. 70 minutes. You are 2-0 up. And it's 75 minutes and nothing's happening. Get creative again. Throw him for Holgate. Finds Anthony. Richarlison now. Cross into the box. Cleared. Anthony's there. Sigurdsson. Oh, lovely. Hit the post and bounced off of Schmeichel. Poor old Schmeichel. There's been a lot of hitting that inside of the post and having it bounce out as well. But maybe that's just my players. But lovely work from Richarlison. Into the middle. And then Anthony finds Sigurdsson, who has a go. Poor old Schmeichel. Poor Kasper Schmeichel. Hey, 3-0 up. That's what I wanted. And I did say get creative. But poor old Simon's pressured. You're fine, Simon. Don't worry, mate. You had a stunning game. Very happy with you. 19 shots with only 3 on target, though, is not acceptable. But the 3-0 is, so I'm fine. Oh, 4 after 21 shots. Demand more? Go on, let's just have one last push just for fun. Everybody's calm. They don't care. We're having a great game, mate. Oh, corner for Leicester. Mahrez puts it in. Cleared. Keane now on the counter-attack. See, goes himself and just puts it off the post. He could have crossed there. He had other opportunities. 92 minutes. The game is pretty much over. And it's pretty much ours. Yep. There we go. Leicester 0, Everton 3. Out of our 3, though, 2 of them are own goals. That's quite amusing. And obviously, it's Sigurdsson's lovely strike. But yeah, I'm really quite happy with that. I'll not lie to you. We've proved them all wrong. Well done, folks. Okay, let's come back for a quick review after that stunning 3-0 victory over Leicester. Everton are in 6th. And we got a positive goal difference this season. That's fantastic. Yeah, I wanted to have a look at the manager performance here just because obviously you know how bad it was last season. They're obviously pleased with our results against Rochdale and now Leicester. And they're very pleased with the money we're getting for Yannick Balaise. But I mean, in terms of the matches, we got a B. That's brilliant. And in terms of the transfers, we got a B- and a C+ from the fans. Just want to go into that at the moment because obviously the players I bought, I've been trying to, stick to the, what's the word I'm looking for? The club vision. There you go, because that's what I'm on, the club vision. But anyway, I'm not used to saying it out loud. So yeah, we're very happy. It's an A- with Kimpembe. I think he really brings up the quality in defence, and the board are very pleased with it. They're also pleased with the deal to sign Unias Simon, mainly due to getting the player to agree to a lower wage than he would have expected to pay someone with his ability. This is where I've been using the director of football more this year, and I will talk about that more in a future episode, because I'm going to kind of concentrate on it a bit, and what I'm doing and how it's working for me, because it's mostly working out quite nicely. Yeah, he also meets the aspiration to sign players under the age of 23, so that was important. They're pleased with Panzo as well. They find they reckon the transfer fee was a little bit high, which considering we only spent 2.9 million on it, I'm just going to ignore because that's dumb, especially as he gets a B-. He's also fits within this under 23 because he was 18, but I guess because he's not coming as a first team player, I think it's more of a young players for the first team attitude. Here we go. Thomas Partey, love his wages. And admittedly, Thomas Partey is a little bit older than our the under 23 vision. But like I say, it's Thomas Partey. There ain't no party like a Thomas Partey. Anthony's been great. They're very happy the fact that he's on lower wages as well. And again, he's under the age of 23. Sander Berg, under the age of 23. Lewis Abraham, not under the age of 23, but never. Was he under 23 when he came in? When's his birthday? February? No. Nevertheless, he's only just over the age of 23. Edmund Tapsoba, also under the age of 23. So I'm very keen that I've kept on top of that. I mean, the fans are fairly happy. They're happy with Presnel Kimpembe. I think he's probably going to have to stay with us. They're very happy with Panzo, Anthony, and Sander Berg. They're actually, they're happy with his early performances. So am I. I'm very happy with his performances. So it's all pretty solid. Abraham, yeah. He's not been really playing enough games yet. He's only been on as a sub. He might have to start because he does need to improve. But yeah, so all in all, everybody's happy. But most of all, the board are happy. I'm on a B-. That's absolutely brilliant, especially when you consider how high we are in the league, comparatively speaking. But that is really, really, really down to our consistency. So, and our ability to score goals. As yet, there has not been a game this season where we have failed to score a goal. So that's big. That's absolutely big for us, especially after last season. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do subscribe, hit that bell. There will be more videos coming. Obviously, time is ticking along now. We are on the 15th of November. The 19th is when the big deal starts. And I'm going to finish out the season for certain on the Evertons, but there might be an overlap because, especially this season, I'm having a lot of fun. There is going to be a video coming out soon for the Journeyman. I will be tweeting a bit more about that, but I'm also working on some blog stuff with regards to training. I have a lot of work to do, basically. So it means there's not going to be a video every day. Probably about 3 videos a week at the moment. We'll see. But nevertheless, thank you very much for watching. Well,